Here we are, ApeX Open 2021, round 2. This round got caught a little short because we got caught in a torrential downpour. So we have about 4 or 5 holes that we're going to commentate on. It looks like Huntington Coatson at 10 down, Daniel Pfaff at 10 down, Caleb Mann out of Tri-Cities looking at 9 down, and local favorite Edwin Rodriguez sitting at -8. So this is going to be a fun card. A lot of good local crushers here.
And as soon as that 2 minutes was up and we were ready to start, it just started pouring.
You can see it right there.
Yeah. And it's pretty light right now, but it's definitely getting wet. Hole 1, I'm throwing a first run Lots by Castoplast, and unfortunately it was a little wet in my grip and ended up in the hazard there.
Hole 1's about 320 feet. This is on the third round of the tournament. This will be the Dynamic Discs 5K, 10K Ace Challenge hole. So all these guys are looking to get it dialed in.
Daniel had a pretty nice shot there. And here's Caleb.
I believe Caleb is the youngest competitor in Open at this tournament.
Indeed.
He played really well round 1, looking to back it up in round 2.
Yeah, this kid can crush. Excited to see what he does in the future.
That's pretty good.
Parked.
Parked it.
He's happy with that.
Everybody's doing all they can to keep their discs dry.
Mm-hmm. You can see Edwin there keeping his disc underneath his shirt. But when he throws it nice and wide.
That is looking good. Past the hazard.
Yeah, perfect. Just what you want. Here's Huntington.
Camera's getting wet.
Huntington, you're in the hazard, right? So this is to save your par?
Yeah, right behind that tree, too.
Oh, so close.
I know. It was about 45 feet, and I had to throw it high and wide. Cause
I do like how the focus came in as you missed your putt.
Yeah.
If it was stayed blurry, it probably would have been better for you.
Right.
Here's Daniel.
With his birdie attempt.
Oh, that was great.
Another cage.
Great bid.
Here's Edwin for his 2.
Yeah, textbook 2 for Edwin. And a drop in for Caleb.
He looked like he was going to put it there.
2 birdies on hole 1's pretty good. Going into hole 2, 259. This is going to be uphill. Plays a little bit left to right. Looks like Caleb's got the box.
Looks like he put it a little too high there. But it got clean right out into the fairway. That's what you want if you end up in those trees over there.
Should be able to get up and down from there.
And again, we put these flags right in between hole 2 and hole 8. So if you do end up on that left side of the fairway, you will be considered out of bounds or in a hazard. So you will be taking a stroke.
So he saw that off just a little early there.
And I think that's why a
still
lot
safe.
of people are pushing into that tree side on the right.
Yep.
Here's Daniel. Looks like he's lining up the forehand. Shapes really well for this hole.
I can't remember what this disc is, but he was throwing it super well. Watch how much hyzer release he gives it, and it just flips up to flat. It's really nice.
Wow, that's a wonderful shot.
Ends up a little deep. Right next to the basket in the circle.
Huntington, you're lining up the forehand as well. What are you throwing here?
I'm throwing I'm throwing a Rask, and I really like this disc because you can come over the top on it, and I can push it pretty far. So we'll see how this turns out.
Looks like that's what you did.
Little anti-release comes out.
And parked. Excellent shot.
Thank you.
How were your 10-foot putts today?
They were good here. Yeah. Second round was good. Tomorrow's a different story. So you'll be able to see that when it comes.
Here's Caleb for his second. Looks like he gave that a little bit of a bid. It's going to have a nice long comebacker down the hill.
Edwin with his upshot here. I really like that umbrella he's repping. Tell us where he got that, Joe.
Yeah, those were in the players packs for the Timber Beast takedown that we had. Was part of the point series at the Timber Beast Disc Golf Course in Troy, Montana.
And was that event also part of the point series?
Yeah, that was the previous event to the ApeX Open. That was event number 15.
Yeah, I really like those umbrellas. They're nice.
Well, that was a good bid.
Caleb off the top, Thankfully, it sat right down, so he's in the circle for his bogey putt.
Looks like he may be obstructed with that tree.
Oh,
So close.
those are the bricks. Wet chains.
Daniel with a good putt.
You can see the weather's changing dramatically from shot to shot. Edwin currently repping the t-shirt, but that will not last that long.
Yeah, the rain was a little bit off and on until we get into about 2 more holes. I think it was just warming up.
Hole 3, 210 feet, really uphill, so it plays more like 280. And you got a low ceiling too, so you not only do you have to throw it uphill, but you have to throw it lower to get to the basket.
That's a beautiful
rip.
rip.
It looks like Daniel did just that.
Whew.
Good tree.
That is parked. Excellent shot. Huntington testing out the footing. Did you guys have significant footing issues out there?
Yeah, so these tee pads are kind of tough, a couple of them. Throwing uphill, trying to keep it low. But for the most part, we were all right.
That looks like that snuck through a really skinny gap and give you a putt for your birdie. Edwin looking to copy that as well. It's got a little higher, but still manages to get under the canopy.
Ooh.
So far, 3 for 3 in the circle.
And cameraman is starting to know better. He got up before the disc got to him.
Here's Caleb for his tee shot on hole 3.
I wonder how he's feeling right now coming off that last hole. Just caught that middle tree.
Quite the rollaway too. Tough footing on this approach. Is he giving this a run?
Yes. Just way early on his release, showing that elevation has its teeth.
Edwin looking for his birdie here. Cash money.
This one looks closer than it is. I was sitting probably at 18 feet.
Whoo! Snuck it in
Barely
there.
keeping it in there, yeah.
Good cage.
Daniel getting his 2.
So through 3 holes, Daniel, Huntington, and Edwin all sitting 2 down. That's pretty good through 3 holes here at Cherry Hill. Caleb's got some work to do.
We are back at hole 4, 194 feet downhill. I think I like personally the touch backhand here.
Looks like that's what Daniel's gonna
Opting
attempt.
for. Yeah.
This hole's really tricky because if you hit the line just perfect, you're liable to go well past the basket.
And he did, yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a roll.
Yeah. He caught a tree and it just kept rolling. I'm
going
throwing
for the forehand berg?
Yep. Forehand berg. I want to throw something that's slower, that I know when it hits it'll just sit.
Yep.
Putting it on some hyzer so when it does come out it'll flip up to flat.
Is that K1 soft berg?
No, that is a K3 berg.
K3, gotcha.
I just got stuffed by that tree right at the very end. Otherwise that would have been sitting right next to the basket.
So you probably have a circle's edge putt down the
Right.
hill at it?
Right.
Edwin opting for the backhand.
Ooh, nice little touch shot.
Oh my
That
goodness.
tree, I think, saved him from flying past the basket. You got to keep your nose down on this putt, on this drive, if you're going to go backhand on this.
Here's Caleb opting for the forehand route also. Just turned it over for a bit and it got clean, unfortunately, so he's going to be left well outside the circle and obstructed.
Yeah, he's standing in the middle of a rose bush right now, trying to putt.
It's not fun being there. I've been there a couple times.
I think we all have.
I believe that is a rite of
Good
passage
layup.
for hole 4. If you haven't putt from that bush, have you really played hole 4?
Right.
Daniel back up the hill.
Oh,
That was a
I
good
believe
bid
he
for
hit
that
cage
guy.
on that too.
Looks like it's sit pretty good.
Here I am putting with some K3 Ricos and just caged it.
That's a tough one to give it the height it needs because if you don't hit anything, it's going to be well down the hill.
Yeah, you're 20. You're at least 20 down the hill.
Edwin with a sick little right side catch by the basket. He's putting a pretty good round together, 3 under through 4. Daniel cleans up his par. Huntington to do the same.
Here's Caleb cleaning up. On to hole 5, 279 feet. Another really uphill shot. Plays more like 320 with the OB on the right side. And it looks like Edwin puts
That
it
is
right next to the
absolutely
basket.
smashed.
That's a great shot.
Can't ask for much better.
Right.
These next 3 holes played pretty tough, so knowing that you're going to get the birdie on the first one feels really good. Daniel with a little hyzer flip that never quite got to flat, but it's parked nonetheless.
And I'm just trying to do the same thing as Daniel here.
What are you throwing?
I'm throwing a Glow PD2. And this is the only disc that I don't have in my bag that's not Castoplast, but I've been throwing this one for like 4 years and I just can't seem to let it go yet. I just put a little bit too much hyzer on there and caught the tree.
Sitting about circle's edge, looking back at the basket.
Yeah, I think the hazard got my head a little bit on this hole, and it was sprinkling on and off still. We were layering up, layering down.
Caleb with a Halo Destroyer.
Woo!
Long of the pin. Kid's got some power.
Indeed he does.
Nobody's in the hazard, so that's good. Everybody's got putts for birdie.
Oh, very fortunate with that sitting right there.
Caleb looking for his birdie from about the same distance. Cat. Oh, what?
Shane, out.
Robbed, man.
That's
What a-
nasty.
What a good putt.
That was a fabulous putt. That was
Yeah.
like 55 feet.
Yep.
And it looked dead center, too.
I think it was. True robbery.
Daniel and Edwin tapping in their birdies. You and
Huntington
Caleb,
cleaning up for par.
yep, finishing up for par.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
that
And this
rain.
is where it started. Man. You talk about layering up and layering down. This is the layering up side of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting on hole 13 when this hit.
We were on the next hole, and thankfully there's a little restroom down there, and so we were all huddled under the eaves of the restroom trying to stay dry.
Right. And at this point, you either have to just accept that you're going to be so wet or your game is just going to fall apart.
Yep, no point in complaining about it because it is what it is.
Right.
Fortunately, it wasn't bad enough for us to call the round. And I
But
believe
there
like
was-
15 minutes after this, it cleared up and it was nice for the rest of the round.
Yeah.
But you can tell the camera equipment's getting a little wet, so unfortunately we don't have coverage for the whole round, but these guys are still doing their best to play through it and score as
Mhm.
well as they can.
Pushing on.
There's Caleb ripping his tee shot.
I left mine way short. That water just got the best of me.
So you're sitting in the hazard there? Oh no, you're still safe.
No, yeah, I was safe. And then I ended up like 25 past the basket, and then like once the rain stopped, we waited for the rain, and then I canned that 25 for par.
Yeah.
25 foot for par.
Well, I believe we will have ending round scores for round 2 when we start the next one, but that's all the footage we have for now. So we will be back with round 3 of the 2021 ApeX Open.
Stay tuned.